Okay, so let's just jump right into it. The entire world of creative software just got shaken up by a massive announcement. Seriously, this could fundamentally change the tools that designers, illustrators, and photographers use every single day.
For what feels like forever, a few big players have dominated the scene. If you're a professional, you already know the deal, right? You use the industry standard because, well, because you have to. There just haven't been many other real choices.
But what if that's all about to change? That feeling of being locked into one ecosystem with no other options might actually be a thing of the past. Someone just threw down the gauntlet, and they're promising a totally different way of doing things.
So to really get why this is such a big deal, we got to talk about the problems it's trying to fix. Let's dive into the daily frustrations that creatives have just kind of learned to live with as part of the job.
Yeah, this list probably feels a little too familiar for a lot of you. We're talking about bloated software that makes your computer crawl. We're talking about siloed platforms that force you to jump between different apps just to get one project done. And of course, each of those apps has its own weird interface and a steep learning curve. It's just constant friction in your creative flow. And let's not forget the price tag. Oh, the price. The source material is super blunt about this, blaming the high costs on what they call corporate greed. The feeling out there is that for years, creative pros have been paying way too much for tools that often create more headaches than they solve.
All right, so we've laid out the problems. Now for the proposed solution. And this isn't just some minor update. It's a complete reimagining of what a creative app can even be, designed to get rid of all that friction we were just talking about.
The difference is just stark. Look at this. On the left, that's the old way, constantly switching between your vector app, your photo app, your layout app. But on the right, that's the Affinity Way. One single app where you can instantly switch between those tasks without ever leaving your document. No more juggling different tools or saving a million different file types.
And the secret sauce that makes this all possible is a new file format. It's just called .af. It's built to handle everything, vectors, pixels, layouts, all in one place. And as the source cheekily points out, you could say it's pretty cool AF.
Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Whenever something gets simpler, it usually gets weaker, right? Not powerful enough for real professional work? Well, the whole claim here is that you don't have to compromise. You get a simple, smooth experience that's built on a seriously professional-grade engine.
So what does that performance actually feel like? We're talking about seeing your edits live, in real time, with zero lag. What you see is what you get instantly. It's also fully non-destructive, which is huge. It means you can experiment as much as you want, knowing your original work is always safe. And this thing is built to handle huge, complex files with thousands of objects without even breaking a sweat.
But just how powerful are we really talking here? To show off the kind of precision this new engine has, they pointed to one specific number that is, well, it's pretty mind-boggling.
That's not a typo. 10 million% zoom. It's a wild number that just shows the insane level of detail you can work with. It's proof that this engine was built for the most demanding, detail-oriented pros out there.
So, we've covered the workflow, we've covered the power, but the single biggest thing, the part that's really meant to rewrite the rules of the entire industry, well, it all comes down to the price.
So, after hearing about all this, a unified app, a crazy powerful engine, a seamless workflow, the big question is, what's the catch, right? What's the price for all this cool new stuff?
The price? It's free. The entire all-new Affinity Suite, with everything we've talked about, is being released completely free. No subscriptions, no upfront cost, just free. And just to be absolutely crystal clear, this isn't some 30-day trial or a temporary promotion. The promise is that the core software is free forever, and that even includes future upgrades.
You see, this isn't just a business model, it's a whole philosophy. The goal is to make professional-grade creative tools available to everyone, students, freelancers, big studios, no matter their budget. It's a really powerful statement about what creativity is worth.
Okay, so the big question, how is this possible? Free forever is a huge promise. Well, the answer has to do with an optional integration with Canva, the company making this happen. Let's break down how the craft of Affinity connects to the cloud and AI of Canva.
So here's the model, and it's pretty simple. First, the core professional Affinity app is totally free. You download it, you use it, it's yours. But if you already have a paid Canva subscription, you can optionally connect it.
Doing that unlocks something called an AI Studio right inside Affinity, giving you access to Canvas AI tools like generative fill and text-to-image right there next to your professional design tools.
And look, anytime you talk about AI, the big fear for artists is data privacy. So they make a very important promise right here. Your work is never, ever used to train their AI models. Your creativity stays yours, period.
Ultimately, the whole message here is a call to get back to the joy of just making things. It's about getting the frustrating tools out of the way so that creatives can just focus on their craft and, like the source says, fall in love with creating all over again.
So that's the bombshell, a powerful, unified creative suite made completely free forever with an optional paid AI integration. It's a direct challenge to the subscription model we've all gotten used to. And the only question left is the one right there on the screen: is this what the future of creative freedom looks like?